And we're live.
Hello.
Hello, everybody. Hello, Alex. Hello,
Hello,
Julian.
guys. I'm now elsewhere.
Yeah, you
Removed from
are
your.
not here anymore.
Yeah,
Yes,
and
I'm removed.
we have video.
We have video.
Oh, you guys don't look like shit anymore.
No, we still look like shit,
Um, well, what I see here today is two more reasons to not watch the cast.
pretty much. Um, Hopefully, Will and Peas will be joining us shortly.
Oh, Joe's back. That's good.
Hopefully, yeah.
Hopefully. They didn't join at the right time.
Well, I don't know. I sent them a message. It's gonna take a second. Anyway, how'd the move go, Alex?
The move was okay. Somebody on my floor came by yesterday, and I was playing Dark Souls in the background, and he's like, "Hey, are you playing Call of Duty or some shit?" So I just closed the door.
Dude, that's the same. That's the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, both have guns, both have, modern military setting. It's all
Yeah.
the same. Oh, hey, well,
Hey, Will.
Hello.
There, well.
You're
Can't see
late.
it.
I know.
Wait, what?
you're in your
It's
fucking
late.
Canadian
Oh,
town.
he's like,
I'm not unfortunately I'm not going to be able to get the camera thing working this week, but hopefully next week.
that's fine.
It's okay, a picture is worth 1,000 words.
No, not this picture. It's worth like maybe
Terrible
two.
picture for people.
Hopefully, yes.
This picture's worth $1,000. Thank you.
Not every picture.
Are you a nude model?
Well, not in this picture, no.
But in general, in life?
I don't know. You have the internet. Figure it out.
Look up Will Wood XXX and maybe you'll go.
Will Wood. Mm.
Oh yeah.
Hey, can we actually make it so we don't hear ourselves?
Okay.
Because it's kind of
Disorienting.
it's a little annoying because I can hear you just fine without
Okay. Yeah.
hearing talk.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you
Okay.
pretty well. I'll just leave one.
Yeah. This is a new setup we have right now because of the camera and the microphone and the headsets. So just getting used to it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll move this over here so we're actually looking at the camera. Or towards it, I guess.
All right.
There we go. Fuck. I don't want to pin it up. There we go.
That's fine.
That's fine. So,
So what's everyone been doing during the week?
yeah.
Watch anything good or play anything interesting?
Nah.
I've been dealing with people constantly talking about the iPhone bending when it's not nearly as big of an issue as they think.
Is that actually... Is that a thing or just a really elaborate troll?
It's a thing. The thing is, it's not really, like, a lot of people are associating that with poor production quality. And yeah, I'm not a big iPhone fan, but it's not poor production quality. It's simply because there's a weak point in how the aluminium is built. And if they actually made it out of titanium, then you'd have to pay $1,000. I'm sure you'd want to pay $1,000 for an iPhone.
It's a little bit of both, and you already do pay $1,000 for the iPhone, assuming you're not getting the very base model. But and I don't want this to be the topic for the week, but it's really quite simple. It's both, right? It falls into both things. On one hand, yeah, if you spend that kind of money on a phone, you don't want it to be an issue. On the other hand, I think that it's very very minuscule compared to the amount of phones that they've sold to what's happening on it. I actually went into the store and I put a decent amount. Like I actually bought an iPhone 6, which I then returned because I'm waiting for the Plus. Because I want to get the Plus, and so I've now ordered it because it's like going to take a couple weeks. And you go into the store, and I put like a good amount and I did this in front of an Apple employee. I put a good amount of pressure on the back of that phone, like not anything like they've been doing in those videos, but way more than would ever happen in your pocket. To the point where like underneath my fingernails was turning white, so that was enough pressure that I was giving. And I couldn't make a dent in that phone. Like it was.
You're talking about the Plus or the normal?
I'm talking about the Plus. So
I feel like
I'm not
people are
worried
just
about
a
it.
little too, like, trying to make it into something because unless you're wearing like extremely like tight jeans that you're not supposed to be wearing, then I don't think like.
Well, it's a couple of things. I mean, it's like other phones have had bendy issues. Yes, I will admit the iPhone 6 Plus is a little bit more susceptible to bending than some of the other
phones are able to bend. It's not a new
But
idea.
the thing is like, here's the thing, people. You can't get a 5.5 or larger phone and expect to just live it like the lifestyle of having a normal sized phone. That's just stupid. Like, if you're gonna make the conscious choice to have that large of a device, you have to live a lifestyle that accommodates having that kind of a device.
Yeah, don't be a hipster.
No, I want to put my phone in. I want to put my phone in my pocket though.
You can put the iPhone 6 Plus in the front pocket. You'll be fine. So, maybe if you're going to be sitting and driving for hours, or you're going to be like, whatever, and it's going to be putting pressure on it, then just take your phone out of the pocket while you're sitting, like it. And
why would you keep your phone in the pocket? Like, if someone calls you, or like something emergency happens, and you need to like tap it, or you have a headset set up or something.
Yeah, well, even when I have a regular size, I got the 4-inch, the iPhone 5, because I'm back to the iPhone 5 now while I'm waiting for the 6 Plus, because I returned the 6, which is a great phone, but. And it's like, if I'm sitting for hours and I have the phone in my pocket, there's already a little bit of mild discomfort in it anyway. So if you have the giant phone in there, it's like, if you feel that there's mild discomfort on your phone while you're sitting there, why would you want to keep it in your pocket for that many hours?
I don't mind just take out my phone before getting into the car and just put it in there. Oh, look, Mr. P's joining us.
Well, yeah. Well, Aaron, if you don't take out your phone before driving, how can you look at it while driving?
Exactly. I love how Julian's playing Bejeweled while this is going on.
Yeah, because it's
phone talk.
Boring.
You should show him your phone.
Now I don't have to like actually say anything about how shitty you guys' topics are. You can just tell now, because we got video.
Right. You should show him like the crack like straight through your phone.
Oh yeah, if you can even see. I don't even think you're gonna be able to see. There's like a crack right through the middle of the phone. And it's like, so, like, if you look at it like dead on, you can't even see.
Yeah, I love how you showed it dead on.
Yeah. I mean, even if you turn it.
Turn it on. Like, turn it on for a second just so there's light.
Yeah, you can kind of see it there.
I'll back it up a little.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of hard to see,
but it's very hard to see.
Yeah, see, so you have a 3GS, right? So.
No,
yeah.
It's a 3G or 3GS.
I think 3GS.
Oh.
So if you went from a 3GS to an iPhone 6 Plus, you would have to make a slight accommodation in how you use your phone, right? You wouldn't just keep trying to stick it in your pocket like you would every other time, and like you can still put it in your pocket, but you wouldn't live your life like you were still on a 3.5-inch phone.
Right. If I got that, I'm not sure which one I'm gonna get.
Right, yeah, well that was my thing too. I bought the 6 for a week, and then because I wanted to see which one I actually wanted, I decided that the Plus is what I want to go with. But anyway, so, but that's it. But that's basically it. Apple is a huge company, and people love to hate on Apple, just like people love to defend and like Apple. But it's like every single time Apple has a new like major phone release, something comes up that people like just run with. And the biggest reason, more than anything, why it's happening is because all the people out there, and I should have wrote a fucking article about it, because all the people out there that are writing about it right now, like, they're making tons of ad revenue because anybody writes anything about this thing, and they've just got thousands and upon millions of views. So I feel like I should have, but it's probably too late now.
Yeah, we need more money.
Hey Joe, are you alive?
No, I am an asparagus.
He's an asparagus.
No, you're a pea.
He's an angry asparagus. I think just people just like being assholes.
People like to hate stuff.
Yeah. It's like PS4 came out. It's like, oh, let's hate on that. Xbox One came out.
PS4 has as many games as the Wii U. If you actually look at the number of games.
Apparently, the Wii U is surpassing the Xbox One in sales.
Oh yeah,
Not
it's been out for.
No, it was out for a year before, but still, it's interesting. It's like, yeah.
The thing I love is when people are like, when I get accused of like not having my own opinions, people are like, "Oh, you like the iPhone? That's because you're an iSheep because everybody else likes an iPhone." I'm like, no, I've used Androids. I've used Apples. I make an informed decision about what I personally like. So fuck you. Don't tell me I don't like something for any reason other than why I do.
I think that should be hashtag iSheep. I've never heard that term.
Oh, it's people that like always
Yeah.
buy.
I got what it meant.
It's a
but
term
I've
that
never heard the term.
Android users love to throw around all the time. And it's like, and now Android's like, yeah, I don't care. That's the thing. You love Android? That's awesome. I don't care. Go for it. You
I
like
like
your
my
Android? I
Samsung.
like my iPhone. Who cares?
So
Why-
is this a,
Why are other people? Sorry, what's that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Which size phone? Which phone is that? Is it the? Is that
Like,
the
is
Galaxy?
this going to be like how big the iPhone 6 Plus is?
That's a
About
I think it's 4 point.
compared
No,
to
that's a 4.9 display. That's a
Which Galaxy is that?
S4. It's an S4.
Yeah, so that the S4 is about the same size as the regular iPhone 6.
Yeah.
The the
Oh,
plus
I just want to see how it fits.
the
I don't
plus,
know. I normally just
Plus
don't
is
keep it in my pants.
the plus
You
is
know,
actually quite a bit bigger than that. But by the way, when I had my 6 for the week,
They put it
Um,
up.
when I had my
Sorry, go
6 for the week, I kept it in my pants pocket the whole week, and I went running with it. I sat down with it on the transit. I did at work and all this stuff, and I never had a single issue with it. So
Well, I'm not saying these are bad phones. I'm just saying people love to rip on it, just because. people
yeah,
love to rip on it.
absolutely. But I mean, it's just like I just don't understand why the fact that I like, and I'm not an Apple fan. I only like the iPhone. I can't stand Mac. I'm all about PC, but I like the iPhone. Why does that make some Android fan like personally offended about that? Like, why is it such a like? Why do they lose sleep over the fact that I like an iPhone? Like,
Because I'm offended.
I just don't get that about people.
Because people get overly offended for nothing.
Yeah, it's true.
Like people get over. Like I showed you this.
consoles.
I showed you this when you came here Friday night.
Yeah.
There's a whole thing on Fox going on with the latte salute.
Oh my
Hashtag
God.
latte salute.
So fucking funny.
And it's basically Obama's getting off this plane. He looks tired. He's wearing his glasses. He's dealing with Ebola and
Sunglasses.
other shit. And he's holding a latte, and it seems like he's kind of tired. It doesn't seem like he's really in it. So he kind of goes like this, and he's holding the latte in his hand, and everybody in Fox just like attacks him about it.
Yeah, it's so funny.
It's not as bad as the time that George W. Bush saluted some people with a dog in his
Yeah.
hands.
Yeah,
And then they brought that up in the video. It's like, yeah, George W. Bush would never do this, and like, yeah, because he's too busy holding dogs while he's saluting. But it's just like people love hating on anything, like Obama especially, but just
People love hating new stuff, I think.
yeah, like different. It's just like
Speaking of which, we watched the first 2 seasons of Legend of Korra.
Yeah.
And
it's-
I don't know how people on the internet feel about it. I would guess that they don't like it as much as Avatar,
no, they don't.
which I don't either, but I feel like they would really hate it.
They
Just
didn't
because-
like it because it wasn't as tight of a writing, but I'm not sure.
It's
if
good.
Let,
I think it's
let me
good.
tell you about my Korra experience. I tried watching it when it came on TV, and then the moment they started doing the 2 guys playing sports thing, I dropped it because I know the story of Twilight.
It's I don't know. The first season they just tried to conclude everything in 13 episodes.
Yeah, because it was conceived as a miniseries.
Yeah, they weren't gonna get any more than one series, so they kind of concluded it in one series, and it felt very campy. And then second season came out, and they weren't really sure if they were gonna get a third season. And then third and fourth season were written together, so they look pretty good so far.
I don't really have any interest in
Yeah.
that.
The only reason it's kind of coming up is because the fourth season is coming out next week, so that's why I brought it up, or that's why we're watching it. And for now, for Will and P, who have no idea what we're talking about.
Hey, that's okay.
I know what it is. I just don't watch it.
Yeah, I figured you know.
Yeah,
But
Will
how
is
can
in the
you see
future
us?
weeb.
There should be. You guys can see us fine, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Right.
good.
I was hoping the camera's good because
Yep, absolutely.
we look like faggots.
Well, there you
Nope.
go, having to edit the podcast again.
No
No.
comment.
I'm not having.
A lot of dead air here, people.
Yeah.
Come on, let's get it going.
Well, you
What
said
did we?
you should pull up your lists.
I don't have the list anymore. Fuck that. We didn't use it last time.
Well, we did use it. We used it like that time.
We used it like, but there were barely any interesting topics. Like it's all just stuff that's like right now. I looked at Facebook here. William Shatner might be in Star Trek 3. We're done with that topic now.
Where were you, Mr. Joe?
Where was I? Let's
Yeah.
see. 2 weeks ago, I was sick and didn't make it to the show. Last week, I forgot. Straight up forgot. I have no reason to even deny it. I just forgot to come in. But today, I have no life. I'm actually working on an animation. A bunch of us are celebrating, CIG's reaching 2 years anniversary for the game development.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm working on some of the animation for that.
Cool. It's like, what is it, like a P, like in, like P's, or are you doing it for the actual animation?
What we're doing is it's a video collab. We're just going to take, everyone's going to say certain lines, and we're going to take snippets from each person's video and just combine them into one ridiculously long video. And I'm just doing certain sections, so I'm doing a quick animation. Like one line, it's just going to be my eyebrows twitching uncontrollably. The next one, I'll be on fire or something will be happening. And I'm just saying certain lines, and because I get really bored, just be sitting there going blah 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 blah. I'm gonna kill myself while it's going on. Give everyone something to look at.
Spoilers.
Yeah. Thanks. But it's like I'm sure. That's
No one's gonna watch the video because
Exactly.
that's my luck.
It's not a video. Nobody wants to watch that. God. What else has happened recently that's interesting?
I have no idea.
It's been kind of a dead week, hasn't it?
Yeah, last week was kind of a dead week too.
So I'm wondering, like, what has been. Well, Smash Brothers coming out.
But yeah, but it's coming out. It's not out yet.
Oh, yeah.
I was actually going to talk about a couple of releases this week on Tuesday, because I seem to be I mean, it seems like I'm just only about the smaller, obscure stuff, which isn't true. But
Hipster.
the last couple of times there's some big releases coming out on Tuesday. I mean, there's Shadow of Mordor coming out for PS4 and Xbox One.
Yeah, I heard that's actually pretty good.
Yeah. I've heard that too. And then there's
I've been hearing good reviews about it. Go ahead.
And then there's Sin and Punishment, Crimes, something, I don't know, some
Sherlock
crimes
Holmes.
punishment. Yeah, the
Oh,
Sherlock Holmes game. But the
I heard-
biggest fucking news of all, Pure Solar HD is finally coming out to PS4 and PS3 and PlayStation Vita this Tuesday, and everybody should buy it because it's going to be the most amazing thing. I've written about it twice on the site now.
I've never heard of it.
Never
Me
heard of it?
neither.
You've
No.
heard of it if he's written about it on the site.
I know.
Yeah, I can see the sarcasm on your face now. So here's the deal. If anybody loves Japanese RPGs from the 16-bit Genesis Super Nintendo era and wants an awesome game to play on PlayStation that has a full Platinum Trophy support and is like a throwback to the old days, buy the game. I don't know how much it's going to cost, but it'll either be probably 10, 15, or 20. And even if it's $20, it's super cheap for what it's going to be because it promises 60-plus hours of content. So, so that's super important. And then another game that's coming out this week that nobody will know of or give a shit about in the mainstream whatsoever is a game called Natural Doctrine for PS4, PS Vita, and PS3. And that is a strategy tactical RPG game like Final Fantasy Tactics, a little bit like Valkyria Chronicles because it has a third-person mode into it. It hasn't been getting very good reviews. It's been getting mediocre reviews at best, even out of Japan, because it is a ridiculously hard game. So if you like hard strategy tactical games, this one's definitely worth taking a look at. They've done a bunch of patches since it came out in Japan to make it easier and to speed up some combat and do stuff like that. So it's supposed to be even better now than it was before. But the fuck are you shaking your head at?
They're making it easier for casuals.
No, they're not. They're making it easier for hardcore people. You should seriously read some of it and see some of the videos. It makes dark. But see, the problem is, and I like hard games, but I like hard games that are hard for a reason, that are meant to be challenging, like Dark Souls. This game was a little bit of being cheap hard. So So I think the patch was supposed to address some of those issues. But either way, I pre-ordered it during the Best Buy E3 sale that they have every year, where if you pre-order 3 or more games, you get 30% off of all the titles. So I'm getting it for like $40. So yeah,
It's normally it's full price normally.
yeah, it's normally 60.
I'm wondering like price for video games. Like when it goes streaming wise, do you think like they'll still keep it 60 or do you think they'll drop it?
It'll be a day one release digitally, I believe. It'll
No,
probably.
I'm saying like in the future.
Oh
When
yeah,
they start
it'll
doing
have
streaming
sales. And that's actually one of the well, segue into it. But I wrote an article this week about the price of video games.
Yes, you did.
But that's one, and I actually didn't mention this in the article, because this also feeds into my article I did about physical versus digital media as well. And that's the thing, like, see, this might be one of those issues where it being a digital title will actually be good in the long run, because while this title will inevitably see price drops in the future, I truly believe it's going to be one of those really hard, obscure to find titles where, if you don't get it in the first couple of weeks of release, you might not ever be able to get it except for on eBay for like $100+. So the fact that it'll be digital will mean that probably your best hope of finding this game on sale will be a digital sale sometime down the road, like when they do a JRPG, flash sale or something. That's how I ended up picking up E's Memories of Calcutta for Vita, which is hard to find in person, and I got it for like $12, I think, on their flash sale. So
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alex, didn't you have? Wasn't
Stop
like
looking like you're so fucking bored there, Julian. I mean, I understand that all I talk about are these things, but this is what I write for on the site.
I wasn't bored. I was looking at
Julian has like.
I was looking at. Aaron has that rice thing on the right of him, and I have bison on the right of me. I think we should both imitate their faces real quick. So.
What? You guys have a bunch of
the
food
rice
sitting
thing.
in front of you? Oh.
No, the rice thing.
Well, he's
back
talking
there.
about the one behind me. That
Oh,
one.
I see. I thought you just meant like you had a plate of rice in front of you and you had a plate of bison in front of you, and it's like, well, just go ahead and eat.
A plate of bison? What the fuck is this?
It's like no, come on, bison.
I went out the other day and I took my lucky old was it what do you call the ones where it's like a tube that's going like this?
A sausage?
No, it's like one of those. It's those guns that have like a barrel that looks like a.
You mean a musket?
Yeah, a musket.
I thought we were talking about food.
I took the musket out of some bison. You know that the plural bison is bison?
Yes.
Buffalo, 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 buffalo,
Yeah.
buffalo, buffalo.
Legend of
I don't know what it's like there, but at least in Alberta, because Alberta's like known for their beef. But bison is actually a fairly common thing here. You can buy it in most grocery stores like regular beef.
I'm sure
Alright.
there's places that sell them in the U.S. I just never had it.
I've never had it either. Frankly, the idea of it disgusts me. I'm a pretty picky eater, so I'm like the only animals I like to eat are ones that I know are firmly domesticated, like not cats and dogs and shit. But
people.
Vegan. So, are
But-
you a vegan?
no, I'm not a vegan. I love chicken and beef. That's like cow and chicken are the animals that I eat more than anything. And I don't like pig, except I do like bacon.
Yeah,
I don't eat pig. It's
I
not
know
more
I know so many people who don't like pork, but they do like bacon, and I'm one of those people.
Pig by itself is too fatty. But why the fuck are we talking about this?
I don't know.
Because someone thought that
What
I was
difference does it
eating
make?
bison.
We don't have anybody watching or listening anyway, so who the hell cares?
Well, people will be listening later.
Yeah.
When it's up.
That's
Good
true,
stuff.
but they won't be winning any free prizes later. But they won't be winning any free prizes now either, because no one's going to be here.
Sweet.
I'm for talking, but I'm gonna have this on Twitch. So that way
What
we
is
get,
that noise?
That's Alex fucking around. I don't know.
Yeah, Twitch will be good.
So and
Sure,
also we
the
need to
thing
look
is
into this because I don't own an iOS device, but I understand that iOS or the iTunes has podcast stuff.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
You
we
can
could.
post your podcast on iOS or
Yeah, we should be doing all that avenue stuff. Like we could still do the Hangouts and we could still put it to YouTube, but we'll just put it
yeah,
on Twitch and the other things as well. Because
yeah.
that's the thing. As it stands right now, the only people who are even going to know about this are people who are visiting the site or
Mhm.
people who are listening to me tweeting about it. And
Or our friends on Facebook that we.
well, yeah, but I mean, at least on Twitch, it's like you have the chance of just random people who are bored stumbling upon it. So
I just need to get XSplit working, which I think that's the program that you're supposed to use. And once that's up, we can do Twitch and maybe other streaming sites too, at the same time. So it's like
yeah,
a bunch of
diversify.
Yeah. And then now I have the computer hooked up to my TV, so we can just fuck around with the TV in the background while we're talking. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh, so here's something that I think I told you, Aaron, that I was working on something a while ago that might help boost the site and boost my stuff.
Can we talk about something that we've already done instead of stuff that we're gonna do?
No, this is something that I have done. I'm telling
It's
you.
something he's doing.
Okay.
This just started. So I am actually I am guesting my stuff that I've been writing on another site that has over 18,000 followers on Twitter, and that they do pretty good numbers on their own site. I think they're like pretty impressive. So I'm basically going to be reposting a lot of the stuff that I write here. Everything I write will always stay a comic exclusive, like first on comic centric exclusive.
Comedy centric.
No, comic centric exclusive. It'll be a first on comic centric thing, and then what I'll do is I'll take some of my older stuff. Yeah, I know. I'll take some of my old stuff. I'm gonna post it on this new site as like a guest person there, and then it's gonna get all the audience and get tweeted out and all that stuff. But every single article will have links back to comic centric. So that should help drive a little bit, because it'll be a thing where it's like, hey, if you want to see more of my stuff first before you have to wait to see it here, or the new stuff, come check out Comic Centric, and then I plug the site a little bit. So hopefully that'll help.
That sounds good. So I'm just trying to get that new picture up. That'd be nice. Ah, damn it.
I thought you might enjoy that. So.
No, that sounds good. Getting our stuff out and then giving people incentive to come over to our site. That's pretty good. I've been trying to get the comics that I've been making onto other sites, but I've been having some issues with Photoshop and having to put the actual site names on it, so I haven't posted anything recently.
Yeah,
but
my
I should get
Photoshop
that.
died too. It's weird, man.
Yeah, Alex's Photoshop. Okay, by the way, Alex, you do know that. Oh, sorry. I was going to try to tell you. You do know that Terraria and Starbound are not exactly by the same people, right?
Oh, I actually didn't know that.
Yeah.
Aaron, you didn't know that until I pointed it out to you either.
I
maybe you did know it. You
looked
didn't
into
know
it,
that.
so.
I feel like Alex thought that because you guys said it on the podcast.
Well, it's
your
made.
fault.
I think aren't there like same people on both? Like there's some people that work on Terraria. Also
Maybe,
work on
I'm not
Starbound.
sure. All I know is that it's definitely two different studios, because Terraria was
Yeah.
505 Games, and or that might have been the publisher, but anyway, Chucklefish definitely didn't make Terraria, but
Yeah, no, they didn't. But I feel like there were.
But I know the way I wrote my article about it, I did mention Terraria a lot, so I understand why there might have been a if you just sort of glanced at the article. But it's just when I saw it posted like that, and I was like, oh man, I'm gonna get people sending me hate mail thinking that I said it was made by the people who made
people
Terraria.
got
It
killed
wasn't.
for that.
And the thing is that every time I do an indie spotlight, I always put it out on Twitter, and I always tag the people who make the game in it. And just like every other time, the Chucklefish actually made note of my indie spotlight, like most of the indie developers do. So I didn't want the indie developers to be like, "What, you think we made Terraria? You fucking retard."
I get you. It's just a little annoying.
I thought, when the game was in early alpha and it first became playable, people said it was made by the same people. That's where I got the misconception from.
It's just simply.
It may have a lot of the same development team. I haven't really looked into it, but I
feel
know
like
that
some of the
legally it's
people
not.
that headed Terraria worked on. I feel like that because it's general like. It's very similar design, like aspects.
Right, isn't it?
So and it works very much the same. So I feel like at least some code from Terraria is in, Starbound. But yeah, the reason we're talking about this is because when we posted it and put it on the Centric feed, it was posting to say it was saying like, oh, this is made by the same people who made Starbound.
Yeah.
So
Should I fix that right now, or
no, I fixed it.
Okay, thanks.
Here.
Oopsies.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's no big deal. I wasn't like pissed or anything. I just had to. Just when I read it, I had to make a note to Aaron. I was like, "Yeah, you should probably change that."
You should probably add Mr. Alex onto your Skype, so like when they post something, you can tell them. Like,
we'll handle that after the show. Because otherwise Skype talk will basically make me quit the site. Anyway, so yeah, I'm moving to college again. That's what's new with me.
Oh yeah, we were about to say what's new about all of us.
Yeah, I'm celebrating by refusing to meet my floor, spending no time with them, and yeah.
Right. It's college.
Last chance I get in life to not talk to people at all.
It's like I was at your college and you have some nice people like there.
No, dude, those people are terrible.
Oh.
You're just under a misconception right now.
The girl that
What, like the huge black one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw.
She's a little. She's your.
She's insane. She's insane. She lives somewhere else now. Thank God.
Okay.
And but I saw her today in the dining halls, and she's just wearing like a huge Rasta hat. I'm just like, okay, you know what? I'm out of this. Fuck this shit. And I went to a different dining hall.
When I went to visit Alex at his dorm, she just barged into the room, asking to use his microwave.
A regular occurrence.
Yeah, and she made popcorn once and fucked it up. And she made it again and like.
How do you fuck up making popcorn?
She like burnt it. And she was like, you know what? I'm gonna make it again. And I think she stole your neighbor's popcorn too. Is that right?
Yep.
And she made another batch and ate like a quarter of it.
All of it.
And she was like, oh, you can have the rest. And I was like kind of munching on it.
What
for a little.
rest?
I was like, yeah.
What rest? Yeah, it's it's a disturbing time. You have to really fight to survive here.
Yeah, I'm sure Mr. Will and Joe's college days were much better than that. Way better.
I hope they were.
Yeah, I really hope they were. I don't know if they'll tell us about those, but.
Well, I never went to college, so.
So definitely better.
No. I don't know if you really have to go to college to succeed.
No, you don't. You shouldn't. Get out.
You have to go to college to succeed. If you have good like if you work a lot, if you get a lot of jobs, like you work in good places, and like you go up to an interview for a higher, a big job, and they're like, oh, you have job experience compared to someone that just got a piece of paper and hasn't worked there. Because most of the people that I know that went to college are not working, are not doing anything but going to college. Yeah, and once they graduate, they'll have no experience.
And that's the thing, right? Like, for me, it's never been, and I've looked at all the options, it's just never been anything that made that much sense for me from a financial standpoint and also from a practicality standpoint. Yeah. And the thing is like, I've been working since high school, and I've done pretty well for myself. And then I've been on, as far as acting goes, I've been with a professional group that we've traveled around. I've been on Cartoon Network for voice acting, like all these things. If I went to school for anything, it would be for acting. And I do have, I've done workshops and stuff, and I have things on my resume, but I have actual experience and production credits, which is more important.
Yeah.
And the thing is that I know so many people who go to college for acting or go to university or whatever, and they spend so long doing it and so much of their life doing it. And I know it's a great time for them, but the thing is that they get out of it and they are no more likely to be hired for a job than I am in most cases. Yeah. And I was just able to spend my time, putting savings into my account instead of draining them. And
right now, I'm taking like two classes at community college while I'm working, and I'm paying them off so I don't have to, later on.
Yeah, and I mean, I can always go do a community college thing, or I can go do a trade school, or I can do whatever I need to do when I decide I need to get to that point. But at this point, I'm fine with not having done any post-secondary. So.
My
No.
university has 30,000 people going to it, and I bet that about 2,000 of the 30 actually get use out of it.
Yeah, maybe. I feel like even less than that would probably get actual jobs.
No, the
Most
School
of
of
them would probably
Engineering is
get
bigger than
into-
2,000 people.
Oh yeah. I don't know. It's just kind of a weird thing now at college. Is like, oh, you have to go to college to succeed. Like they tell you this all your life, and then like when you go, it's like, okay, you have a piece of paper. We're not gonna hire you just for a piece of paper. And like to get into college, like you have to be that's what, like a deep sea diver,
What?
scientist, like someone who already won a Nobel Prize by age 10 or something. It's like it's sometimes crazy like what you need to do to get into college
Their
here.
requirements are stupid. I wish I'd gone to a country where trade schools are an option, like a legitimate mainstream option.
Like Canada?
I guess.
Canada is optional, right? Well, technically everywhere, like even in the U.S., it's optional.
Sorry.
Oh.
What was? I have my. When
Oh.
I'm not talking, I keep my microphone muted just in case people come in and talk to me or whatever. And then if I'm on a different window, I have to like click back to the podcast to unmute. So were you asking me a question about Canada?
Yeah, I was asking. It's like there, it's more like trade schools, universities rather than just colleges, right?
Are you? But when you say optional, do you mean optional in terms of getting a job? Like places aren't
Like optional, and you don't really have to do it to succeed in life.
Yeah,
Well, okay, so that would be
it's
then.
trade school.
I'm kind of wording it stupidly, but
Well,
that
no,
was,
I get you, but I guess the real measure of that would be whether or not you can walk into most places and get a job without having post-secondary on your resume. And in the experience of what I have done with my life, which has been mostly retail stuff, but it's been more like higher-end retail stuff. Like I have worked for Nintendo for a little bit, and I used to do some and working in the games industry and stuff like that. And I know. Anyway, so plus my acting and all the other stuff that I've done. So everything that I've been able to do without college. And I wouldn't say that I'm like super like successful financially, but I'd say that I'm above the poverty line in most cases. So, which is actually a pretty big thing out. But I mean, it's different in Canada because Canada's. So the thing is that in Canada, the poverty line is measured at $13 an hour is what you would have to be making. You'd have to be making at least $13 an hour to be at the poverty line. If you're making any less than $13 an hour, you are in poverty. And I think that the states measure there quite a bit lower than that.
oh yeah.
But things are more.
This is a little outdated.
That $9
Poverty.
minimum wage, am I right?
Yeah, well, see,
Yeah.
a minimum wage in BC that I'm working in right now is currently set at $10.25 an hour, and that is ridiculously low. Here I will say this because I'm not going to get it, and it's all subjectional based on where you live and how you live, right? Because you can find ways to live cheaply wherever and all this. But I will just simply say this: I have never once in my life ever worked for minimum wage. Not once, not even my first job. Now, I will say that at times, because when I first started working, minimum wage was obviously a lot lower. So I have worked for a wage that has been lower or as low as the minimum wage is currently, but at the time I was above it. So I've always worked above minimum wage, and I've never had any post-secondary.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. When I started, I was working like over minimum wage, but then I guess they changed the minimum wage. So now I'm working for minimum wage.
Well, that's the thing that's stupid, and that should change. Like, let's say, for example, let's just take this as an example. Let's say minimum wage here is $10.25, and let's say you're working for like $12.25. Let's say you're working $2 above minimum wage, right?
Mhm.
they're talking about upping the minimum wage to $13 an hour. Now, what should happen, in my opinion, if you're working for $12.25 and the minimum wage is $10.25 and they up it to $13, you should retain that $2 above everyone else's minimum wage, because the reason that you're making more than everyone else is because you're better than everyone else.
Yeah,
Proven
but
that.
just companies are like, oh yeah,
I know,
minimum
but
wage.
that's
okay,
what it
well,
should
we don't
do.
have to raise all the people that had money before.
I know, but however, at some cases you do, because it's all about how you choose to do that. Because if you were in that position, it'd be like, well, if everybody's hiring at $13 an hour now, which is 75 cents more than I was making when I was $2 above minimum wage, and you're not willing to do anything, then I'll be like, fuck you, I'm just going to go somewhere else because I can get this anywhere. Why would I stay for you if you're not willing to give me anything? So that's another thing too, and I've been tweeting about this for the last couple of weeks too. Sort of an inspiration thing is, so many people, and I see this everywhere I go, in all the jobs that I've worked and jobs that I see people working, everybody is and the job economy is very bad in BC right now, but everybody is so afraid to lose their jobs that they allow themselves to bend over backwards for employers to give them just the shittiest conditions ever. And it's like, you know what? If as long as you're going to allow yourself to be in that position, nothing is ever going to get better. At some point, you just have to have the courage.
Alex, what
What the hell is that?
I don't know.
He's really upset that I'm talking about this. I'm sorry.
he's like ripping out his room.
He's like, no, you're giving away the secret. See, because he's like a big corporate executive, and he knows that I'm about to like dispel the secret.
I don't know what the noise is, to be honest. My headset broke, so I'm using the laptop mic, so I have no clue what it picks up.
Oh, so you can hear it. So you can hear the noise that's making.
No, the thing is, I'm in my headphones, so I can't hear shit by you guys.
Okay.
But so this is my advice to anybody.
Okay.
Sorry, I was just gonna say, this is my advice to anybody who's listening or is listening to this later on in pre or post record or whatever. But if there is a difference between living and surviving, and so many people I know, they survive simply for the fact, like if you have a family, that's one thing, but they will just go out there simply for the fact that it's something they feel they have to do to make their shitty minimum wage job so they can go home, so they can survive long enough to go back to their next minimum wage job. Here's my advice, never be afraid to live. If you are so afraid that you're going to lose your job and it is causing you that much stress over a fucking minimum wage job, it is not worth having it.
Yeah.
You will be fine. You just have to positively focus on what you want, and you'll be all right.
Yeah, some people just think like, oh, well, I have this job, and I'm too afraid to leave this job, and if I leave and if I'm no job, I'm screwed.
Well, I think
like sometimes you gotta take that risk.
That's part of the reason why I've been a little bit luckier than people without post-secondary, and that I haven't been stuck in the same thing, and I've been able to move up in a lot of ways, is because I have never been afraid to leave the comfort of what I have to try and get something more. Because if you're too afraid to leave your comfort, you never will, and that's what will keep you there until you die.
Is that true?
Are you asking me if that's true?
No, I'm saying it's the sad truth.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. I was going to say, yes, it is true. I just told you it was true. Fuck you, man. Okay, well, I've firmly bored Julian here, so...
Julian has, like, some kind of disorder where he just doesn't give a shit about, like, anything.
So what has been y'all's worst job so far?
That's a good question.
I've never had a job.
Yeah, because you're an ass.
How does that make me an ass?
You go get a job.
You go get a job now. Get out. But
my worst job was I took this freelance writing job for this startup site. They make me do these fucking podcasts every week, and I don't know. I'm thinking of getting out of here.
Same problem. I started the startup
class. Doesn't even pay attention to the podcast.
Asshole. At least you're posting shit, which I'm happy.
Me?
Yeah, you posted like 7 posts about Saw, which was like 8 things about Saw, which.
Yay! I'm not the only one posting things now.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get more people. So that's this week's test of trying to get more people. There's a guy that I'm interviewing right now, and hopefully he'll start doing stuff for the site, which would be pretty cool.
I'll probably
Um,
be posting stuff throughout October because
Yeah.
this is when
That's your
I
busy
always
time.
watch movies, especially horror movies. So it's a very niche thing, but I don't care.
It's
I
weird.
love
Like we were at Fry's and Best Buy when we were looking for like all the crap that we were getting, and like the areas for horror and like
They're so funny.
and yeah, the areas for horror and the areas for like spooky movies are just like that's
Yeah.
not that many.
No, there was actually quite a lot for horror.
Really? Oh, for Fry's, but
For Fry. Oh, for Best Buy there was like no
it
section.
was like
for
no
horror.
for it. But at Fry's they
So-
openly sold 18-year-old like adult films.
Yeah, well, you had to be 18.
Yeah,
I
but
used
it was
to-
like on the damn thing.
They were like covered. They had like a black
You can still
like,
tell what they
shelf
are.
blocker or whatever.
Like they put sexy women over them though.
Oh,
I
yeah.
used to work. I used to work for Best Buy actually. Well, Best Buy and Future Shop, which is the same company here in Canada.
I played for Best Buy.
I was entertainment coordinator of the entertainment department for a long time, and then I got promoted up to head of web sales. And actually, with my base rate, and this is the most consistently well-paid job I ever had. The most well-paid job I ever had was voice acting, but obviously that wasn't consistent work. But with my base rate and my commission structure and all that and bonuses, I was making about $22 an hour there. Which is pretty nice. But then the company went and completely destroyed itself by getting rid of like all of their entertainment department. Like they don't even I think it's the same in the States, but in Canada they don't even have anybody who works in the entertainment department anymore. You basically
Entertainment
will get no help.
is in movies, or entertainment is in like an
As in movies and video games and all that stuff. Like there will be nobody there who will help you anymore. You're basically, you come in, you buy your shit, you leave. And in fact, they're making such a push for just like reserve your stuff online, come into a kiosk and pick it up, and that's it. Like, you know, there is.
They don't want to deal with people. They want to cut out the middleman.
But and that's fine, and I get that to a degree. But one of the things that I love most, especially around Christmas time, is like a family. A mom would come in and she'd be like, "Hey, I want to get my kids a video game system, but I don't know what I'm doing." And I could spend half an hour with them going over everything, and they would leave feeling like, you know, like they had somebody who actually helped them out. They felt confident in their purchases and their choices, and they would keep coming back to me year after year because I would make lifelong customers, and that's the kind of salesperson that I want to be. And the fact that the company is just going so far, like I don't want to be a salesperson my whole life, obviously, and I don't work for there anymore anyway. But the whole thing is that like when you get rid of that, it's like there's got to be a balance of actually, because otherwise you just buy your shit off Amazon. Part of the reason you go into a store is because you want to actually talk to somebody and have somebody there to help you.
So I, before the job I'm currently working with BMW, I worked for GameStop, and this was more of a seasonal position. But what's that noise? So I mean, I got that too. That like, you know, people coming up to you, asking you questions, wanting to know stuff. But like, I'm not trying to like diss any of the people I worked with or diss any of the people like at GameStop, because yeah, I liked working there. Honestly, GameStop is kind of a weird company, but you know, I liked working there. But some of, you know, the veterans just like, oh, I don't want to, you know, I don't want to deal with people. I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to deal with that. And you end up, you know, having to answer everybody's questions and over again. It gets at GameStop, when we're in a place where it's dedicated to that, it's just kind of weird when people are like, oh, I don't want to deal with this, but you know, this is the job you started, and this is the job you're working at. Like, you're supposed to be doing that. And out of the two jobs that I worked at, I guess GameStop is kind of, you know, the lesser one, but simply because I was just paid less there. And both of the jobs I'm working at have amazing people that I'm working with. But it's just GameStop simply paid me less, so that's why it's not, I guess, the best one. But it's not.
Well, yeah, you gotta go with what's gonna put food on your table, right? So.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it was so hard to pitch. Does anyone else hear that scratching noise?
Yeah, I don't know. I heard it, but I chose to ignore it.
God damn it, Alex.
It's not Alex.
It's not?
Yeah, it's some kind of static that I'm hearing. I don't know why.
Oh.
But it's on your headphones. Don't worry about it.
So by the way,
So-
my first webcomic is coming this October to the site. Woo! I have an artist. We've gotten past the concept art. It's somebody that I work with, and somebody that I know in person. And here's the crazy thing: her and we met each other this year, earlier this year, we are born on the exact same day of the exact same year. We are the exact same age old.
That's pretty cool.
And then here's even crazier. So her name is Jenna. My name is Will. She has an ex-boyfriend named Will, and I have an ex-girlfriend named Jenna. Like, it is I'm like, holy fuck, like, we are literally destined to work together on this comic. And her art is awesome. It's totally the style that I want. So we're going to have a little bit of a build-up of a couple. We're going to try and get 2 or 3 issues. 2 or 3 issues ready by the,
what
by
kind
the end
of
of October, and then I hope to launch. Well, the internet's breaking.
What happened? Oh, it is? I was going to ask, what kind of genre is it?
So it is fantasy sci-fi comedy.
Okay, cool.
Very nice. By the way, if I'm
yeah.
looking to the side, I'm looking simply at the other screen, and I'm trying to find something. So you know me.
Ignore Aaron. Always
Ignore me all the time.
So my goal is to launch it. Like, I want to have 2 or 3 episodes, you know, sort of backed up. And then
episodes or you mean issues?
Like,
issues.
you mean pages or
like pages? One page will be one issue, kind of thing. I mean, like, we'll just say pages, right? Each page will have like 5 or 6 panels on it. But I'll release one page / issue / whatever it ends up being, because some issues might be a few pages. My goal is to do it bi-weekly to start with, so every 2 weeks. And then as we get more comfortable into it, hopefully bring that down to once a week thing. But yeah, but the goal is to launch by Halloween.
that's pretty good.
That sounds good.
Is it? It's not Halloween themed, is it?
Nope, it's not at all. But
Okay, so that's just a date.
I'm the only one who's
Yeah.
gonna have Halloween themed stuff.
so
That's cool.
so I don't want to give away too much. I know I've already told you a bit about it, Aaron. I don't know if you remember.
No, you told me a little bit. But I didn't want to, say anything. Because...
Yeah, well, and I don't really want to say anything about it until it's here. But I will. I could throw up a little bit of a teaser, like a little bit of a concept if you want.
Sure.
I'll try. While you guys continue talking, I'll set up something, because my computer is still freshly formatted, so I'll have to set up something so I can change my picture. But
that's fine. I did tell you I got a new computer, right?
yes, yeah, I know, yeah.
Yeah, so like a lot of the information that I had is kind of missing. So just trying to still organize stuff with that, but yeah, go ahead. You do that.
What else is there to talk about?
I don't know, Julian. How about you tell us?
I don't know. I could probably talk about Saw for like 2
Please
hours.
don't. Please don't. We had our discussion about Saw, and I don't know.
Did we?
Yeah, we have, like, we've had this discussion, like we talked about Saw when we saw all of them last year. Like, we talked about this. It's just like
I
there's
know, but that was just us, not the podcast.
we could talk about Saw, but I feel like we should wait just 1 more week until October starts, and then we'll start talking about that stuff.
Fine, okay.
I don't know. I just prefer waiting until October, so it's we have it on October.
Okay.
Yeah,
whatever.
that makes sense. I mean, it's a Halloween themed thing, so that makes sense.
So, Joe, how is your comic coming along?
Next month, actually in a few days, I'm going to be reopening what's called the Future Peoples list. Horribly misspelled and everything, but basically I'll be back on the forums and saying, hey, I need more characters for the comic strip, and if someone says, hey, make me into a character, I'll take their avatar or name, and I'll turn them into a character for the comic strip starting next month again. I've been doing that since the beginning. I had to take a break for other reasons doing that, because I had a huge backup of people who wanted in for a long time.
Yeah, I remember seeing the list on your post.
I got it down now to where it's about to 2 people finally, so I'll be able to take care of them, and then I'll be able to bring in everyone else again, and I'll, get some more in, waste more time ruining people's avatars.
That's good. That's good. Do that. You should put Julian and make him terrible. Just make him look terrible.
Just make me an asshole.
Yeah, pretty much. That is your that's your description. Just like we should just change it on the site. And it says instead of saying whatever it says for Lucky Shot, it just says like asshole.
Okay.
Like asshole douchebag. No.
I'll do that now.
Okay, you go do that.
No, I'm gonna do it now.
No, don't.
Might as well.
Don't. Don't. No, don't. No. We spent time writing that, didn't we? Wait, did I write that for you? Did you write it?
I wrote it.
Oh, okay.
None of it's like accurate anymore, but
People are
Yeah,
gonna
because
come.
stuff is-
People are gonna come to the website and be like, I don't want to read stuff by an asshole.
But, I mean, aren't all of we kind of assholes?
well, what about people go to the Escapist? Oh,
Um, There's a guy on the Escapist named Yahtzee, and he's an asshole.
well, yeah.
So.
But
so
an entertaining one.
Yeah, he is entertaining.
Is
Compared
it?
to you.
I don't think. As
Get
compared
the
to
fuck
me,
off the site. You're fucked.
I don't even do reviews.
there you go.
I don't do video reviews.
We should start doing video reviews at some point.
I don't want to do video reviews.
Not you, but just like find someone to do
So
them.
find someone, sure.
Or
Yeah,
I want to do video reviews. Actually, was working on one for Rogue Legacy, where I can do all the capture footage. But the thing is I'm too busy right now to do editing on that kind of stuff. When I get to the point where I can start making more money off of my internet stuff and get to cut down on having to have a real job, then I'll have more time to do those kind of things. But it's
Yeah.
sort of a catch-22 right now. So.
we just need to get more people into the site, and it's just kind of been like a flat line where we're like, well, we have these people coming back for content, but I've had some issues, with the new computer, like putting new comics up, and hopefully I should get that fixed by tonight, and then put like 4 pages up for people, and then I need to continue. Oh, well, okay. Well, what are you doing? Oh, stop.
I'm trying to get to show you a bit of concept here.
Oh, then do share screen. Don't do camera. You're taking pictures of us right now.
Fine.
I don't
I'll
think
stop.
you
I
want
actually
pictures of us.
I actually downloaded Manycam before I realized that I could just do it through Google Plus in the first place, or Google Hangouts. So.
So you do that. I wonder, like, what are big games that are still need to launch this year? Like Halo 5 is supposed to launch this year.
No, next year.
Oh, does it launch next year? Right? Well, the beta comes out this year, doesn't it?
By end of this year.
Oh yeah, with the complete Master Chief Collection, right?
Yeah.
I still don't know if it's a smart thing to buy it. I don't know.
Well, you're not buying it, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy it.
I don't know. Joe, would you buy the complete collection?
I think he already said he is, isn't he?
I would, because I'm a big Halo fan, and those were good games. They were.
Yeah, I agree.
And plus, I don't have any of the old ones anymore. They all got destroyed at one time. So.
No, that's understandable. I feel like if you never played Halo, you should definitely get it because it's $60, right?
Yeah.
Because it's the game to blame for every first-person shooter on Xbox.
Pretty much. You can go back and blame Quake stuff. Or wait, what was it? Not Wolfenstein.
There was
Doom?
two rock.
Yeah, Doom.
But no, on a console, just the control setup and everything for it.
Yeah.
Even the health that always regenerates.
Yeah.
Your health doesn't regenerate. Isn't your health?
In Halo 2, your shields regenerate. Okay, your health, whatever people tend to refer to as.
Your shield.
I feel comfortable. Oh. What is Will trying to show us?
I don't know what. It's just black.
It's the black screen.
It's a black screen right now.
Just trying to see what it means. What does it mean?
I don't know.
What does it mean?
What does it mean?
It means a lot. Well, it says live. Oh wait, that's us.
That's the whole podcast.
Yeah. Oh shit, we're on the screen. Oh, we are pixelated. That's bad.
Hey, we can see your desktop, Will.
Nice background. His
Wow.
microphone is
So
muted.
unoriginal.
Oh shit! It's a cat with wings.
Oh, is that the teaser? That's it. That's the end of the teaser.
I just totally realized my microphone was muted when you said
Yeah.
that, so I was telling you things and you weren't hearing them. So, okay, here we go. So this is early concept.
We'll never know now.
This is early concept. Yeah, I was telling you guys what I really thought about you. So this is early concept. This is one character from the comic. Not gonna say who or what, but that was the early design. This is the more finished. It's like obviously not finished, but a little bit of edits here. And then here is your first and only look at the main character of the comic until you actually see it. And it's very early, very low tech. Not low tech, but very unfinished. But here you go. So yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, my
I love
comic
how because we have
stars a girl.
Original on this site.
Well, don't, Aaron, like 2 of your comics.
well, 3 of them actually star a girl, but one isn't written. Well, isn't like one is written but isn't produced yet, and one is we halted production on. And one is just I'm making it, just I can't put it on the site yet.
I hope I can get some kind of comic out by Halloween also.
That'd be nice.
Like something horror themed, of course.
You should.
Because I feel like I'm the only person. What do you guys feel about? I guess we could leave that for next week. But I was gonna ask, like, what do you guys feel about horror? Because it's my favorite genre, and I feel like I'm the only one who likes likes it that much.
I don't know if I've ever talked about this movie before, but there's this movie called Signs by M. Night Shyamalan.
No, you've never talked about it before. Intrigue us.
No, that was just my attempt at being funny.
Do you want to recommend The Faculty also?
I didn't even recommend it originally, apparently.
I think I mentioned it, and then everyone was like, "Oh yeah, that's good," and then we all kind of recommended it. But yeah, Faculty's good. What are you doing, Aaron?
I'm sort of interested in seeing Annabelle.
I am too, because I really like The Conjuring. That was one of my favorite movies of last year.
And like possessed
I thought it
dolls.
was great.
Possessed dolls is just a creepy thing, no matter what. Like that's always.
Go see.
I have. No, go ahead.
Dead Silence. Have you seen Dead Silence?
Yes, I have. Yeah, I saw it on Netflix.
That one's really good. I like that one.
So there is right now. I live with my fiance. Right now, until we're back into our own place at the moment. Cause anyway, but we're living with her parents, like in a basement, like in the bottom half of the house, suite thing. And in the bathroom that we have right now, there is this old doll from, I don't know where it's from, but it's one of the ones with like the blinky eyes thing.
Oh God.
And it's in the bathroom because the bathroom sort of has this like storage area in it, and because I think it wasn't originally a bathroom, I think it was converted into one. So anyway, so this doll sits on this bottom shelf, and I don't like it. And it's like, I don't know what's happened to it, but it looks like part of its hair has been like burnt off or something. So it's kind of got like a Chucky vibe to it. But it's just this random doll, and I'm not allowed to move it out of the bathroom because that's where it has to go. And the thing is like I keep turning it around so it's not facing out. And I talk to this doll when I get out of the shower, like, and this is probably really bad. Like, I'm probably cursing myself here, but I say things to it, like, literally, I'm like, okay, doll, I know you're fucking alive, but here's the deal. If you fucking move, you move right now, bitch, because if I see you fucking move, I will put you in a goddamn incinerator right this second. I will fuck you the shit up. Like, these are things I say to this doll. I'm like, you think you're going to get to me? I'm going to fucking kill you first. I guarantee it, you son of a bitch. So I'm like,
that's not going to do shit, though.
If this doll is really alive, which I don't legitimately think it is, but it is just fun. But if it is, then I've been pissing it off for the last several months, so it is just coming right after me. But anyway, so I move it around and I change it, and I assume somebody's coming in. I don't think they're doing it to mess with me, but I assume somebody's coming in and just like putting it back. But this thing moves. Like, it is not always in the same position that I leave it in. So yeah.
Oh God. I started watching these like those like paranormal ghost hunter shows, and they're so fucking funny. There's this one called I'll just mention it because if you want to laugh, just go watch this. It's called Paranormal Home Investigators, I think, or House Investigators, and it's like they have like this team of people who like investigate people's homes that they say are haunted or have like spirits or whatever, and so it's just so funny because like they have the first day an inspection of like all the places that they say were they saw ghosts or something weird happened, and then the second day I was like, oh, they're gonna get a psychic or whatever, you know, like investigate the house and you know, say there's like demons or whatever, but they had this guy who is like a home inspector, and he gives like a legit like rational explanation for literally everything in the house. Like he'll be like, it's like, oh yeah, sometimes like a door will open because like the floor isn't aligned or whatever. Sometimes shadows will appear on the wall because there's two separate kinds of paint on it. Like he gives all of these rational explanations for everything, except for one thing. Sorry, and then the rest of the episode is them focusing on that one thing. And like the third day is like they bring in like a psychic who like says like it's like, oh, I sense the presence of ghosts. It's such bullshit. It's like, and then at the end of every episode that I've seen is like they say paranormal activity confirmed, but then the couple just like whoever's living in the house just stays there, and like it's so funny because like they shouldn't have brought the guy who like gave rational explanations for everything if they were gonna just say paranormal activity confirmed anyway. It's like he gives rational explanations for everything, and then like he's like, yeah, but there's some weird shit in that like shower drain or whatever, and then they're like, say we'll investigate the shower drain later.
For the
and
next
like,
hour.
It's so funny. It's actually every episode's only like 20 minutes, which is good. Like if it went any longer, it would have been so boring. But
I don't know what, like those shows always try to make like not drama, but like
scares.
not scares. They try making it like seem intense.
Oh, it's so funny.
But it's
like there's one part where they're doing like the night vision thing in one of the houses, and then like some girl like leaves or like gets scared or something, and then she like doesn't come back. But I don't know. I just go watch it. It's so funny. Like if you want to laugh at that kind of shit, that is really funny. And someone else told me about this show where like there's this real asshole on the ghost hunting team, and like he just like I guess like this is what I've been told. It's like he just like starts sitting on like this girl's bed who like died, like probably like a 6-year-old girl, like in the house, like probably in front of her parents, and just like starts eating cookies or some shit, and he's like a complete like total asshole. I really want to see that. If anyone knows what that is, like message comment on one of my posts or something telling me that. Yeah, so I want to know what that is. I find the name of it. But anyway, or you feel like you look like you're.
No, I just gave up.
What?
I'm just kind of confused by those shows that try doing that. It's like
I wonder what the first show like that was. I can't.
I don't know, Ghost Hunters, whatever.
I don't know, but
so
funny.
There was a show that I really liked that was like that, like one of those shows. But like the editing was kind of annoying because they'd always try to make it like seem like, oh, they see something that's special, but it's like one of those. It's a show where they go to like they get like footage from like alien invasion, ghost stuff.
Oh my god.
And they try replicating it, and like
that's so funny.
And like going to the place and replicating.
The reenactments of like the people seeing ghosts in the home investigator show is so funny because they have like the people who are living there reenact the scenes, and they're just like the worst like they're not actors, so it's just like so bad. They're like it's like, hey honey, did you see that ghost over there? It's just like flat acting. It's so funny. But I recommend that if you like making fun of shows like that, I guess. It was very entertaining. But I watch it with a friend. That's always more fun with those kind of things.
Yeah, you can always kind of like be like, oh yeah, that's funny.
Yeah. Exactly, Aaron.
I'm saying like then you can rip on it like together.
Yeah, ripping on movies with friends is way more fun than ripping on it
I
by
remember.
yourself.
Okay, so I don't know if we talked about it on the podcast, but the witch, shit, the what was that called?
The Blair Witch.
The Blair Witch Project. I remember we watched. Okay, so the Blair
We
Witch
did talk
Project.
about
We
that.
talked about how it was like. We didn't talk about it ever.
Yeah,
like
we
we talked
talked
about
about it. We did talk about
Right.
it. Yeah.
Okay, so it's like it's supposed to be the scary thing, but like then me, you, and like 5 of our friends or something, like 3 of our friends, like we were sitting in your room and watching it, and like throughout the whole movie we're just kind of like, what the fuck is going on? Like nothing is going on, and we're just ripping on the movie. And I think the scariest part in the entire thing is while the credits are going on, your mom walks by like the doorway, and we all get spooked because of it. And that's the scariest thing about watching the Blair Witch Project, like at your place.
Julian's mom is
with
scarier
friends.
than the Blair Witch Project.
Yes, she is. Mom, no, literally, Julian's mom is like the nicest woman like I've ever met. One of the nicest women I've ever met. But Julian would probably disagree on that.
I don't know.
I don't know, your mom's kind of nice. I don't know.
I guess.
Mom talk.
No, she's nice.
It's like your mom listens to this podcast and she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna beat the crap out of Julian when he gets back." Yeah, oh my God.
But the Blair Witch Project, I think is I don't think it's like if I'm watching it for like the first, I don't know. I think like if you let the atmosphere and stuff kind of build in, it's pretty like.
There's
eerie.
just too many
I like it.
movies these days that just do the same thing better.
Yeah, but you can't blame the Blair Witch Project.
Yeah,
for that.
no, I'm not blaming it. I'm just saying like we become desensitized.
Yeah,
So
in a way. It's
So-
like watching the first Saw again after like 6 sequels have come out.
yeah,
The
like
first
it's not
Saw
that fucked
really-
up anymore.
I wrote this about it in the article, but the first Saw is not at all like how people made it out to be. I think like, maybe it was different for that time, but it's really not. If you watch it today, it's not at all violent or
So
gory.
if we're gonna talk about horror movies anyway,
As well.
the ABCs of Death 2 is coming out.
Yeah, I don't know when that's coming out. I'll look it up. I think it's like October 2nd on video on demand, and then like October 31st in theaters for a while.
It's pretty good.
But yeah, we gotta watch that because the first one's so fucking weird.
It is.
It's so weird. Like some of the shorts were. What would be your
And
favorite?
just in case someone's watching, it's like tweet us at Will J Wood or at Centric and tell us what is your scariest, like what is the scariest movie you've ever seen.
And
I feel like
also
I've got
another
this
one. If you have seen ABCs of Death 1, what was your favorite short from it? What was your favorite? Because
I don't remember honestly.
You
There
don't
were so
remember
many
any?
shorts. No,
yeah, that's how many.
it's 26 shorts, and the Hebrew alphabet is like 24 letters. But
Well, this is the Hebrew alphabet.
yes, it is. That'd be scarier. The
Yeah,
Hebrew
I
alphabet,
haven't seen
ABCs
it
of
at
Death.
all.
Yeah,
It's a good movie.
I'm sure no one else has seen it except us. We watched it together,
Yeah,
and it was so weird.
wasn't it like we were watching a bunch of anthropology stuff?
Anthropology? You mean anthology?
Anthology. Why did I say anthropology? Yeah, anthropology.
Yes, we were watching anthropology stuff.
We're watching anthology stuff.
Yes.
We were watching VHS and then VHS 2.
Uh-huh.
And then like on the like movies you'd like also wasn't there like VHS wasn't there ABC's Death?
I think.
Yeah, and then we watched it. And, like some of the shorts are not that good,
No, some of the shorts are really
but some of them are like
good.
really good. Like some of them.
I thought my favorites that off the top of my head, I liked D is for Dogfight. I thought that one was good.
you want to kind of explain a little what goes on in it.
No, because I think if they're so short that if I were to say anything about them, really, it kind of gives it away.
Yeah.
But D is for Dogfight is really good. Q is for Quack is really funny, and it's by the same people who made You're Next. I think I mentioned that last time on the podcast. But that one's good. I thought that was really funny. T is for Toilet is funny. It's like stop motion animation by.
Yeah, I remember that. That
I
was
think
weird though.
I forgot the guy's name. I think Lee Hardcastle or something. You could probably go look it up. I like all of his stop motion animation stuff. He has a channel on YouTube. And yeah, those are the 3 favorites I can think of off the top of my head. But
What is your like Joe, Alex, Will? What are your favorite scary movies?
yeah, or the ones that scare you the most, or whatever.
I don't watch horror movies at all. The only one I've seen in recent memory is Tusk.
Tusk was good.
Well, you didn't see it, did you?
No, not yet.
I have
No,
a
it's
problem getting into scary movies, so I don't get any joy from them. I'm just like, y'all are the dumbest people I've seen
Yes,
on camera.
yes, me too.
It's more like a bad comedy or a comedy gone wrong that I'm watching.
Yeah, yeah. Like, I saw the new Evil Dead, and I thought that most of the characters were retarded. And I saw Scary Movie 5, and that was actually scary because of how bad it was.
Why did you watch Scary Movie 5?
That was. I
That
don't
one was so
know.
bad. I've seen all the scary movies too, but 5 was just awful. Like, God, it was so bad.
You see, Scary Movie 1 had its moments.
Yeah, it was okay because it was like the first one.
Scary Movie 2 had its also had its moments.
It had David Cross, and that
It
was
had
funny.
David Cross. Scary Movie 3 got pretty bad. And then,
Scary Movie 3 I thought was okay. Like, there were some moments.
not a big fan. I don't know why.
I kind of like 3 and 4 more than the first two, to be honest. But
I haven't seen a lot of horror movies, but there's this one movie by M. Night Shyamalan
No.
called it's
The
called
Faculty.
called The Village, and it's not good.
No, it's not.
But Signs, on the other hand, I like that movie. But then I like classic stuff. I like Nightmare on Elm Street, for the campy. Like it's not scary, but it's campy horror. However, one set of movies that I really liked when I was a kid, again, not super scary, but what I really liked is I liked the Leprechaun films quite a bit.
those movies are fun.
And I think mostly that was
Warwick
because
Davis does an awesome
I
job.
think that was also because I was like 11 or 12, and it was like one of the few movies I could see that had actual like tits in it. So that was pretty cool. I specifically remember Leprechaun 3. And I should watch that again. There's some scenes from Leprechaun 3 that I remember. Like one, they're sitting in a bar somewhere and they're talking about potatoes in an Irish accent. I'm like, oh yeah, they're talking about potatoes, and I'm like, that's always been my inspiration for my Irish accent, is thinking about the potatoes from that scene. And then there's
It's
another
racist as
scene.
shit.
There's another scene where I think this is from Leprechaun 3, where the Warwick Davis as a leprechaun gets to he hypnotizes some dude into thinking that he's gonna make out with some hot chick with like super big tits that are all bare breasted, but he's actually going towards a lawnmower, like an active lawnmower that's just got the blades spinning on it. So I guess like the life lesson in that movie is that you never know if you're with an attractive woman and you're gonna make out with her and she's naked. You just never know if you're actually gonna be walking into an active lawnmower.
Is she a lawnmower? That's why I'm single. I'm afraid.
You just never know, right? Because is it worth the risk of walking into a lawnmower? I don't know.
Exactly.
That's not why you're single, Alex.
It's not, Alex.
Alex,
See,
you
I'm
liar.
getting
Come on.
married. I'm getting married next year. That's because I was brave enough to take the lawnmower test.
Have you seen Brain Dead? Anyone
No,
seen
but I
Brain
know.
Dead? Oh my god. It's a great zombie movie by Peter Jackson, and it's probably the goriest movie ever made. It's amazing. It's more of a comedy though than horror. Like all of the gore is just so like exaggerated and ridiculous that it becomes hilarious. But that's like one I actually really recommend. Not just because Peter Jackson made it. I think it's actually funny and it's really entertaining. Some of the gore can be like really gross, but if you can like get into like
If you stomach it.
yeah, if you can stomach it and if you can just take how like silly it is, it's really really fun. But there's a part where it's a zombie movie, by the way, like kind of a zombie movie, and he like straps like a lawnmower to his chest, and like mows down all the zombies with it. Like the blades are here. It's so great. And they pumped like 5 gallons of fake blood per second in that scene. It's amazing. I love that movie.
It's
Yeah.
pretty good. It
I recommend
doesn't
that
beat
movie.
the new Evil Dead with the rain.
Oh,
Blood.
the new Evil Dead was like the bloodiest movie I've seen. I don't think it's the goriest. It's
I
like gore. I
I
consider
told
like
there's a scene. Have you guys seen the new Evil Dead movie?
I think Alex.
Yeah.
What about you, Will and Joe?
I'm just waiting for another Army of Darkness movie, honestly.
Yes.
I agree with you on that.
Yes. More Bruce Campbell, please.
But there's just this like one scene where like I like, and I told Julian this a million times. If we can get a picture of the scene as a poster for my wall, I'd put it on my wall.
I made it my wallpaper for a while
Yeah,
on my
it's
laptop.
it's pretty much the scene where the main character has like a chainsaw.
The
in her
spoilers,
hand.
but
Yeah, it's
it's fine.
Evil Dead.
It's like what you expect from an Evil Dead movie,
Yeah.
but it's still spoilers. So
Yeah, so there's a chainsaw is involved. There's a house. There's fire. There's rain of blood, and there's like a demon getting cut in half, and it's
like a
interesting.
beautiful, gory.
It's like a
ass
mix of
shot.
amazing things together. It's I can't just go see it for that one image because it's fucking amazing.
I really like that movie because I love horror movies, especially for effects.
Yeah.
Like blood effects and stuff. I think it's all really like interesting and stuff. Like for me, because I want to make stuff like that, so I always like watching movies that don't have like stupid CGI blood and stuff. And this was like all practical, and that's why I really liked it. But yeah, that's probably the bloodiest movie I've ever seen in theaters.
So really fast, just to jump out of scary movies like Joe, Will, Alice. Have you guys ever seen a David Lynch movie? Like any of David Lynch's movies?
Can you name a few?
Mulholland Drive, Eraserhead, Elephant Man. I can look up some.
Yeah.
He did Twin Peaks, the TV show.
Oh. Cool.
So Will, you're muted. So just in case you are talking, just letting you know.
I'm aware of being muted. I wasn't talking.
Oh, okay.
I don't
I was
have.
wondering, like,
I don't
if
have
you-
much to contribute to this because no, I don't think I have.
Oh, okay.
What else did he do? He did Dune.
Oh, Dune. But he doesn't like to be attributed with being like making Dune apparently. Like he doesn't really.
I
Consider
know
himself-
of Dune because my improv group has this whole like thing about it because it's like it's just a
Dune.
sci-fi campy crazy thing.
Yeah.
And I tried to watch it, and it bored the shit out of me. I tried 5 times and I could not stop falling asleep.
I think I've only seen 2 David Lynch movies. I saw Elephant Man, which I actually think is really good.
Oh, I
think
have seen Elephant Man,
recommend-
actually.
Elephant Man. I recommend highly. I think it's really good.
I saw for a class I'm taking a philosophy and film class, and we saw Mulholland Drive.
That's the other one I've seen.
Mulholland Drive doesn't have any it doesn't have a story like a structured. No, sorry, it doesn't have a structured plot.
Yeah, it has like
It has no plot, pretty much. It has like it's like a story, but it doesn't really it really. Just watch Mulholland Drive and you'll understand. Like watching like the first like
I thought that movie.
15 minutes is just like you'll figure it out. It's like nothing. Like you don't understand what the fuck is going on.
Maybe I didn't get that movie, but I
It's
fucking hated it.
there's so many like a lot of people are like, oh, it's so dream, or it's like it's a cycle. It's like no, he's just being like no, it's not.
I mean, it's interesting.
And this-
I like David Lynch's style. I
It's
just
weird.
didn't like
It's a
that
weird
movie that much, honestly.
But the funniest thing about this movie is there's a scene, there's a lesbian like love scene in it,
I'm watching.
and in the middle of it, there's a part where like 2 women are making out, and one of the women has amnesia. And one of the woman that's getting like the woman that has amnesia and the woman that doesn't have amnesia, they're making out, and the woman that doesn't have amnesia goes, it's like, oh my god, like I've never done this before. If you and the girl that has amnesia is like, I don't know, and they just keep kissing. And it's just like,
like,
wait,
wait a
did you just ask someone with amnesia if she knows if she did something? She has amnesia. How is she supposed to know this? It's just like, it's so weird. It's like, have you ever done this before? It's like, I don't know, and they just keep making out. And that's how like it continues, and the scene ends, and then whatever
I thought
happens next is it's just stupid. It's just,
I thought that movie, like,
It's a weird
it
movie.
was like trying to make you uncomfortable and like confused, like intentionally, which is fine.
So a lot
But
of
in the end,
movies, they mix has those like really like weird angles that kind of disorient you, and then like later on, like it just has like weird shit going on in it. Which
but like I don't know if this is a spoiler at all or if it fucking matters.
I don't think you can spoil Mulholland Drive. There's no plot.
But yeah,
There's no like solid plot in it.
the
So.
part where, do you remember that part where like those two, like Naomi Watts, I think it's Naomi Watts, right?
I don't remember.
But she's like in her house alone, and she starts hearing noises or whatever, and then these like this old
Oh,
couple
yeah.
like come and like basically like they start fucking like wiggling their fingers at her and like chasing her down the hallway, and then she like falls on her bed and then like pulls a gun out of the cabinet and fucking shoots herself. And I was laughing so hard at that scene. I could not fucking stand it. Like I died laughing.
And the funny thing
And that's
is,
how the like, movie ends.
pretty much.
I was like, what the fuck? But I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters if you know that. Or, like, so, I don't know if it's spoilers or whatever the fuck, but I didn't like that movie.
Weird movie.
I thought it was, but I like David Lynch. I like his, like, style, and when he does something really interesting and good, it's really good. Like, I thought Elephant Man was really good, but that's more like, that's a little bit more grounded for David Lynch.
Yeah.
But, I like David Lynch, but I didn't like Mulholland Drive.
So I feel like
Did you know he played if you've ever seen Louis, the one where he's like gonna be a talk show host,
no,
and you didn't see that one?
not that one.
Okay, well in that episode, Louis being trained to be a talk show host to replace
First of all,
David Letterman.
have you guys actually seen Louis?
I haven't seen Louis.
These guys, I'm asking them. If
Have you seen Louis? Anyone?
Yeah.
Really?
I've never seen Louis.
Ah, gotta see Louis.
It's a good
Great.
show. It's funny. It's funny as hell.
It's funny.
And it makes you feel. And it just kind of depresses you at some
I've
point.
seen a little bit of it.
It's like funny and truthful at the same
Yeah.
time, and it like can be a
I
little
like-
depressing, but it's
I like-
funny.
You're talking like Louis C.K.'s show, right, Louis?
Yeah,
Yeah. I like Louis C.K. because he and I have a very similar comedic style in some cases. Like, we believe the same kind of things. Like, I'm all about things like, and I got to be politically correct at some point here because I'm trying to still launch my career and shit. But on the other hand, it's like whatever. But I completely agree with the whole like his thing about like taking back some of the words and stuff that people have turned into like the.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like I agree with those kind of things, and like it's funny, and I've thought those things before I even knew who Louis C.K. was, and then I saw him doing his stand-up, and I was like, yeah, that's totally what I think, and
Yeah,
So I've
exactly.
seen
He like says stuff that like people like totally think about, but just have like don't have the balls to say or like really
Well, he gets
like
paid
get
to do that.
what the
I don't know, man.
what.
He gets paid to do those things.
But the thing is
Yeah,
he didn't
he's
start his comedy career by being like that. He had to build a career, and then once
No,
he
I
had
know.
a following, he could do it.
I know. It's just I'm saying it's pretty awesome that he gets paid.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
So that's
those
where
things
I'm
now.
like, I'm
Yeah.
trying to
But,
build
like-
my career because I have to build it until I can start doing the things I really want to do. Because if you just come out and start talking like that right off the bat, people are just gonna hate you and you're gonna get shut down. So
Julian.
Anyway, so in one episode he's this is fictionalized obviously. He's being in talks to be the replacement for David Letterman after he retires, and so he gets like a trainer or whatever to like like how to read cue cards right and all that stuff, like basically training to be a talk show host. And the guy who's training him is played by David Lynch, and he does a fantastic job. Like I think he's a really cool guy, but I just didn't like Mulholland Drive. I really didn't like it.
It doesn't. It's not pretentious. It just feels very weird. And I'm sure he had
Maybe I need to watch it again. I don't know.
like you
but
should see it again, but like
I should probably.
I don't.
see it
I feel like he just went because it was supposed to be a show. You know that, right?
Yeah, it
It was supposed to be a TV show.
Mini.
So what I feel like it ended up was he just made all these scenes, and they were gonna make it into a show, but it was like, and then he got the funding and the channel, like I think, pulled it off. So what they ended up doing is like with all the footage, you just kind of mingle it together, and like fuck with it, and it just made the movie. That's what I feel he did. They just like mingled the footage together, and I was like, that's the movie.
Yeah. Well, he's David Lynch, so
He's David
that's fine.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
feel
I
like
didn't
we're
like
getting
it.
close to ending today.
Yeah. It's
So
almost 2.
so
It's like 1:30
Alex,
right now.
I was just about to say that I'm about ready to
call it off
wrap it
today.
up too.
Yeah, today was kind of a slow day, but hopefully next week we'll be
October,
we'll
you know what? The whole month of October is going to be great. We'll pump the
Yeah.
shit out of that. We'll be like, you know what? October is a month of giveaways. It's a month of horror movies. It's like, we'll fucking
Smash
do this
Brothers.
Smash
Yeah.
Brothers, not the Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
shit. And the thing is,
Um,
so on the new site that I'm guesting on too, I'll make sure to mention a lot of that as well. So
Yeah.
it'll be good.
October is the best time of year, in my opinion.
Well, I see. For me, I just love fall in general. So the start of September onward is my favorite time of year. Because you got here's my
You know
you got new TV shows, new video games. It's the biggest time of year for it. I love the fact that the nights get darker and longer, but the lights get brighter, and it's like the whole you come home, it's like crappy weather outside. You cuddle up with somebody under you just playing video games, watch a movie, whatever, and then it's like Christmas. You got Halloween, and you get to bundle up. You get to wear like nice jackets and scarves because I'm all about that shit. It's a good time of year, man. It's my favorite time of year.
Definitely. Me too. So yeah.
It's my birthday.
Yeah, it's the 28th. Okay. Well, I said it. Everyone knows now.
Shit.
The 28th of September isn't today?
No, October.
Oh, of October.
Oh yeah, it is the 28th, isn't it?
Yeah.
Lost track of time.
We're almost on October, which I'm happy for. I like October.
We are less than 3 months away from Christmas, people.
Yeah.
You mean that holiday that happens during this weird Kmart commercial? I think I told you about this. Where they're like, imagine there wasn't a Christmas, but
sure.
Christmas was really this like during that time that everybody had birthdays, and let's say you wanted to get all the people that have birthdays presents. You can come to Kmart and reserve your presents. It's just kind of a weird like.
It's like, why not just say it's Christmas?
Yeah, I guess like.
So
I don't know,
funny.
because Fox News hates what's it called?
Everything.
Festivus.
Christmas.
No, it's like apparently they were talking about like, oh, I saw a Festivus poll and my kids have to see it too, so I'm mad about it.
How can you get mad at Festivus? Seinfeld is
It's
like one of
Festivus for the
best
rest of us, man.
things ever.
Well, I think the reason why that commercial did it was probably because people then let's not get religion. Actually, this will be great topics that we can talk about in late November, December, about all this kind of stuff, about whether stores can, but not right now because it's not close enough yet. But here's the thing: I think a lot of people, just religious stuff aside and everything, they just dread the fact of somebody saying Christmas because they're like, oh my god, I got to go deal with shopping malls and getting presents and all this shit. So if you take the word Christmas away from it, they're like, oh, okay, I still have to do all this shit, but at least I'm not being constantly reminded about why I have to do it.
I feel confused by people that get annoyed that you say happy. Like I said, like when I worked at GameStop, like we'd say Happy Holidays, and I'd say it personally because. What?
I know, but I'm saying we should, but we need we can talk about it a little bit now, but we need to revisit this like in late November, early December because
let's revisit it then. I'll wait off and we'll revisit it. But because
I could get into a whole we could do 2 hours on just this discussion. So
yeah, we shall. So
but it's not even October yet. So
I just wanted to ask what we have for the site this week. So. Julian, what do you think?
Oh, like what's coming up? Or
yeah, what's coming up for the site for you?
Well, I don't know. I'm just going to be watching random horror movies, picking random suggestions. I might do more series I've already seen, maybe Evil Dead. I don't know.
So, would you be open for people that are watch later or watching to send you in some requests and stuff
for suggestions?
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as it's not I'm fine with disturbing horror, but I'm not. I don't know. It really depends.
Fucked up stuff.
Not really fucked up stuff.
Serbian film.
No, God, no. Worst fucking movie ever.
Yeah, it's not like that movie, but
whoever made that movie should be in jail. I should be in jail for having watched it. It's so awful.
All right, so
nothing like that. Nothing like that.
This horror movies, guys, nothing stupid. Nothing
I have a bit of a sad announcement although I think Julian will be happy about it because he's gonna get his wish. I won't be here for the podcast next week because it'll be our first one in October. I should be here for every other one in October, except for possibly the weekend. Actually, well, that's the thing. There's one weekend in October where I will be guesting at a convention as my improv group and as a voice actor. I'll see if I can get it set up, if it's possible, as I will be there that morning. I'll see if I can actually do the podcast live from the convention, hopefully have some audience there, but we'll see how that goes. But next weekend I won't, because next weekend, for the longest time forever, my fiance and I haven't really had much time. We almost never get days off together, so next weekend we have 3 days off together, so we're going out of town, and it's going to be like a no working thing. We're just going to be with each other. So that's next weekend.
God damn it, Aaron.
No, I understand you. That's fine.
Yeah.
Do you got anything? Are you gonna make anything for the site this week?
Yeah, I'll have something for tomorrow, like usual. I'll have the throwback Thursday. I'll have the throwback Thursday this week, and I'll have another indie spotlight on Friday. And I don't know. I might actually forego the thing next week on Monday as well, because I might still be out of town for that, but I'll try to make up for that with something extra on Wednesday or Tuesday or something. But yeah, throwback Thursday will be because it's mostly done already, so it'll be back this week. So
Okay, that sounds good. So Mr. Joe, I know you make a lot of stuff for us, and you're a very busy person.
No, not really.
No. But yeah, I hope your comment. You guys can always, listeners can always go and check your stuff out, your site. It's always linked on our site, so it's good stuff. It's funny. Will's stuff is always good. So if you guys like a good read, you can always go back and read his stuff. Alex.
Yes.
How is your?
I totally
thing?
forgot Alex was here. He hasn't said anything.
Well, he's playing Assassin's Creed. I can hear
Why?
you.
Well, it's not that. I just don't have much to say on these topics in particular. If I did, I wouldn't.
We'll talk about socialism next week. And
Yes.
Oh God, no.
Alex loves the socialism. But how's your thing coming along? Are you gonna be finishing it?
I thought I told you guys. I'm not happy with how it turned out. I don't really know what to do with it. I have like 80% of it done, but it's just not good, I think.
Release it anyway.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Yeah, I'd
Bad.
say like
Fuck it.
I don't know. Yeah, I think we're small enough to the point that people won't give a crap. Unless, like, if maybe it's like you think it's bad, but people will think it's like amazing, and I don't know. You should. I say finish it just for the hell of it.
We'll see. Regardless,
I mean, if you did 80%, you might as well.
Regardless, I'll have to get my Premiere back working because it stopped working.
Yeah. That sucks. Yeah, I should. Hopefully, I should have CS4 or some kind of CS on here up, so I can put up the pages, like new pages and stuff.
Yeah.
And hopefully, we'll be getting more people onto the site this week and setting up a Twitch and setting up new ways to communicate with other sites. Trying to build some, getting some bridging and other sharing stuff. So hopefully, we can get more.
Yeah, that's always good.
Yeah, and I think it's time to start putting your show on the site.
Yeah, I'll have like a Halloween episode of that show that is already, the first episode's already up, and there's also another separate episode on YouTube, but I won't say what it is yet because we should wait till it's on the site.
Yeah.
But there will be a Halloween episode, kinda.
Just saying, it's very weird.
It's it's basically just like my friend comes over, we film whatever, but we keep same characters and stuff running through it. So it's really weird.
No, it's a
very experimentational comedy kind of thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't really know how to explain it.
Hashtag I'm from the future.
It's almost like watching home movies of a kid or something.
What was the hashtag that Alex came up with? That Dustin came out for it?
Oh, hashtag trust me, I'm from the future.
So there you go. So hopefully, we'll have more of that.
We'll have a lot of stuff in October.
Yeah.
Too,
October should be a good month for us. So
September, fuck September. Everyone, I'm gonna go sleep. wake me up when September ends. I think everyone should feel.
Vote everybody to kick out Julian. Say aye,
Yes, question for next week. Should Julian not be on the podcast anymore?
please. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, thanks guys for joining us. Sorry
Well,
this week
considering
was kinda slow.
Julian told me to not be on the podcast,
Julian's an asshole. Just ignore
I'm
him.
gonna say no. He should be here.
No, I do that out of
Oh,
love.
I take the moral high ground.
Yeah. Julian has some kind of like his.
I don't
Love
care.
for-
I don't care. They told me. Well, no, he's fine. He's fine. You know what? He sits there on his 3GS and he's bored, and I'm getting an iPhone 6 Plus, so I got a bigger phone than you. I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm sorry. I love you, man.
I love you too, Will.
Yay. Okay.
I love all of you except you. You. That's all. Just cut it there.
Just cut it there. So yeah, thanks everybody for joining us.
October should be good.
October should be good. We'll definitely be giving out the more people we have watching, the more we'll be giving out. Like that's how I feel we should be doing. Like the more people we have watching, the more we'll be giving out.
Yeah, we don't have any viewers live right now, so we're not giving anything away.
And that's fine. I understand it. It's
That's
like
fine.
the most we've
That
we've
makes
had
sense.
is not a lot, but
Whenever
it's like
we
the more
we
people
have-
we have.
If we have 10 viewers, we maybe give away something. If we have like 100 viewers, we'll give away like 10 things. Who knows?
Yeah, you'll get stuff like it's the best way is like we can start. You know, we say like, oh, okay, we tell you guys it's like the more people we have watching, the more you guys can get, and then pass the message along. That way, you have friends also watching, and there's a bigger chance you win too. So
Absolutely, yeah. No, we'll do that. So yeah, October will be a good month. Starting all that up. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to miss the first one in October.
it's fine.
Yeah, that sucks, but I mean,
Hopefully, we
If you-
should get
if you have to
Twitch.
miss
Like
it.
getting all these systems up and all the like project stuff.
Yeah, we'll see. Who knows? Maybe I'll have Wi-Fi access, and I don't know. We'll see. Don't hold your breath, but it's possible.
Yeah, I'm not. Don't worry.
Okay. All right.
I'm not
Okay.
gonna hold my breath until next week. I'll die.
You'd die if you held
Alright.
it till the next hour.
Anyone read Haunted?
Haunted.
Remember? Guts.
Oh.
Not gonna.
No.
Go read Guts by Chuck Palahniuk. Just do it.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Not even gonna explain it. Just do it. Just watch it. I mean, not watch it. Read it.
That's your homework for the week.
A topic for this week.
Well, I mean, we
Just
said
whatever.
VHS last week, but
We didn't even talk about that. I feel like picking topics for the next week is kind of a bad idea. I think we should just say whatever.
as we discussed.
Just be free for all, random stuff every week.
Team deathmatch.
Team deathmatch.
No, we need to come up with
Us
topics and
against
ignore them
all
all.
three of you.
Make up a topic and then we just ignore it for the entire show.
That's what we usually do anyway.
Okay, I'm going now.
Clocks.
Bye.
Yes. Okay, bye. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.
Mr. Joe Pease. Alright, so yeah, thank you guys for joining us.
Yes.
We'll be back next week.
Yes.
See ya.
Shit. I was gonna like spell it well.
Well,
Shit.
you failed. God,
Fuck.
your nails are sharp.
Use them to fillet fish.
I thought it's
Last
taking a
thing
while to
anyone
stop.
hears.
Not stop.
Is it stopped yet?
No,
Are
it's
we still live?
No,
Yeah,
not
we're
Oh
still-
yeah, we are.
We
Well,
are,
you
we are
still have
still
it.
live.